Hello folks, today I'll be giving you my take on these 5 items. The Yeti Rambler 20 ounce travel mug. The Stanley 12 ounce Flow Steady Bear Cub. The Stanley 16 ounce Adventure Stacking Beer Pint. The Stanley 24 ounce Adventure Big Grip Beer Stein. And finally, the Stanley 64 ounce Classic Stay Chill Beer Pitcher. Now, you guys must be thinking to yourself, wow, you guys must really know your beer. No. But they sure keep our drinks cold at the beach, which is our second home during the summer, and our tea and coffee hot in the winter. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Sid's Hot Take, and in this video I'm going to let you know if I'd buy these items again, and what do I like about them, and what's not to like about them. And believe it or not, every item that you'll see in this video we bought for ourselves, except for the stacking beer pint mugs, as they were Christmas gifts from our very close friends. Thanks, Jiwon and Juan. Now, I was going to start with our latest edition, the Yeti Travel Mug, but there's a special story with this one as it arrived to us all dented up, but luckily it has a happy ending, so I'm bumping that one ahead. Alright, let's jump right into it, shall we? Stanley 16 ounce Adventure Stacking Beer Pint. Now, these are just an all-around great choice because of their size, and they are able to stack easily to save on space, and the 16 ounce is just a nice size for when you have company over. And the cool thing about these is that they come in so many different colors to choose from, and at the time of this video, they even had $5 off. Also, they make a great gift idea like they were in our case. And even though these are great, I actually have the least to say about them because what you see is exactly what you get. They will keep your drink hot for 45 minutes and your drink cold for up to 4 hours and 15 hours iced. Moving on, the Stanley 24 ounce Adventure Big Grip Beer Stein. Now, don't skip over this one just because it says Beer Stein. I'm not a beer guy myself, but we use these for tea and cold drinks all year round. And just to be clear, of all the items on the list today, this is hands down the one that I get the most use out of. The specs say that you'll get 1 hour with hot, 5 hours cold, and 20 hours iced. Now, what do I like about these? Well, the first thing is the large handle. I do have a slightly larger hand than the average, and I can easily grab these handles. They're a good size, unlike the Yeti, which I'll get to in a little bit. I also like how there are lots of different colors, and because they are so big, getting down to the bottom of them and cleaning isn't a hassle at all. Now, I have on more than one occasion left some ice in this overnight, only to wake up in the morning and there was still ice in it. And remember, this is even without a cover on it. Now, they do sell these, but I just think that would be annoying every time opening and closing the lid when you take a drink, even though you'll get better insulation for your drink because of this lid. But the only time I could see myself using something like this is if I was using them outdoors and wanted to keep the flies and leaves out of my drink. But when it comes to just using it around the home, I feel like I made the right choice. Now, the only tweak that I'd like to see made to this mug right here is that maybe there could be some kind of a silicone bottom on the very bottom of these, because they're a pretty big mug, and once you have your drink up to the top in this, it is going to be pretty heavy, and I may have set it down a little too hard on more than one occasion, and I may have gotten reprimanded. Actually, I got to thinking that maybe someone already solved this problem of mine. And lo and behold, a quick search on Amazon proved that they already have them. I'll leave the links down in the description if you want to check out the silicone bottoms. Like I already said, these are the most used items in this video because I can throw anything in it and I don't have to worry anymore about watermarks on my wooden desk. It just doesn't sweat. I used to use just a standard glass and I was always having a mess on my desk while at the computer, but not anymore. Actually, I wish I'd came across this bad boy years ago. Next is a Stanley 12 ounce Flow Steady Bear Cub. Now, my girlfriend had originally bought this for herself. Oh my goodness, that's some curry. But after shortly buying this, she finally saw a Yeti Tumbler on sale, so she gave me this one, which was on sale at the time of this video for $7.50 off. Now at first, this did seem to be a nice little stubby buddy, but right after the first time using it, I noticed a major design flaw. And no, I'm not just trying to be ultra picky for the sake of finding some content for a video. Let me explain. You see, each time you take a drink, you have to make sure that there isn't any leftover liquid on the mouthpiece. Because if there is, the mouthpiece is angled in a way that rather than draining back into the tumbler, it will make its way to the back of the mouthpiece. And the next time you open the lid to take a drink, you will have your liquid dripping down the back of your tumbler. So what to do? Now, my girlfriend thinks that there may be something wrong with me and I just don't know how to drink out of a tumbler. And she could be onto something there. But I think it's just annoying and that the mouthpiece could be more angled so that any liquid would drain back into the tumbler. And this tumbler does have a nice locking button on it, which I thought was just a gimmick until last week when I was at the coffee shop and I had my coffee in it and it fell out of the side pocket of my backpack, and when it landed, it popped open and spilt my drink all over the floor, along with its very first dent. She wasn't very happy with me. So now I lock it when I'm using it. And I also like the well-sized holder that it comes with and the extra cushioned coating that it has because it's easier in the fingers when you're walking when it's full. But one of my favorite specs on this tumbler is the ability to adjust the size of the flow on the mouthpiece. I love this because I don't do well with extra hot liquids, unlike my girlfriend, who is Korean. I mean, I've seen her put steaming hot soup in her mouth with ease. Yeah, it's the Korean thing. I can't explain it. Anyway, since the Bear Cub bottle is geared more towards kids with their small little hands, I think that any parent may also welcome this adjustable flow mouthpiece for their kid. And again, having a silicone bottom on the bottom of this would be a nice touch, I think, especially for kids. You can also customize this tumbler with different bear badges and even create their own artwork. And since this is an item with a lid and keeping your drink hot is one of the main functions of it, of course, I had to put it to the test. So Stanley said that this will keep your drink hot for 4 hours, but after my 4-hour test, these were my findings. I poured water in it from a boiling point. At 1 hour in, the drink is no longer scalding, but still very hot to drink. And at 2 hours in, the drink is still hot, but becoming very drinkable. And at the 3-hour mark, I can start to see some real thermal problems going on with this tumbler, as the drink is very drinkable. And at the 4-hour mark, the drink is just a warm temp at this point. Now, forgive me for my very unscientific subjective findings here, and the thermometer that I picked up at the dollar store was junk. So actually I found out that this tumbler will keep your drink hot for only 3 hours, not 4. And during this test, the outside of the tumbler was nice and toasty to the touch, which means there's a lot of heat escaping, which isn't a good thing. So in short, I like the oversized holder with the rubberized coating, and especially the adjustable flow mouthpiece. Moving on, the Stanley 64-ounce classic Stay Chill beer pitcher. Here's the big daddy of them all. Just like the big grip Stein mug that I mentioned earlier, well, this is basically the same here, just more of it. It has a nice oversized handle and even comes with a grated lid, so when you're making your iced lemonade on a hot summer's day, you don't get big chunks of ice splashing down into your glass. This is great for parties and having company over. So seeing that this pitcher is basically a bigger version of the big grip Stein, which I already really love, I don't really have much more to say about it. Moving on, the Yeti Rambler 20-ounce travel mug. Now, I've been saving this bad boy to the end because I think it's safe to say that Yeti is one of the leading brands out there when it comes to design and installation. But you can let me know what you think down in the comments down below. But because of Yeti being so pricey, at least for us. We have always seemed to end up going with Stanley, as Stanley is also set up over here in Korea, so it's heavily promoted. But that was until Yeti had a really good deal on their 20-ounce Rambler, and my girlfriend jumped on the chance to snag one up that she saw on the American Amazon site, not the official Yeti website. Now this is key, I think, and I'll get to why in a few seconds, as it did come severely damaged. But as far as the mug itself, well, you get what you pay for. The Mag Slide magnetic lid seems like a great design idea. It's supposed to be really slick to pop out and clean. It has great insulation, but something that I was really surprised about was the size of the handle. I mean, there's no way that I can fit all my fingers in it. And even the pictures on the Yeti website don't show all his fingers in the handle. I can just fit 3 of my fingers in the handle, which isn't a very big deal when it's empty, but when this 20-ounce mug gets full, it naturally gets heavier and starts to feel very unnatural. What's the solution? Sliding my fingers all the way through, and the mug was much easier to support with my 3 fingers. But sliding them back out isn't as slick as one might like it to be. Even as you can see here, my girlfriend has pretty slender fingers, and even sliding all her fingers through is a little snug. By the way, I swear, she could be a hand model, don't you think? Anyway, stay focused here. So I would like to see a bigger handle, and of course some silicone on the bottom would be welcomed for those quiet morning drinks. Hold on, I may have a solution to this handle problem. I did a little bit of digging around and came across this on Amazon. It's a Yeti handle for tumblers that don't have one. I never knew this until I got to thinking that I'm probably not the only one with this problem. So what to do? Just order the Yeti Rambler, not the travel mug version, with the handle, and then you even have more options from the 10-ounce, 20-ounce, and a 30-ounce. And even the base of the tumbler is smaller, so you will even have a greater chance of it fitting into your favorite cup holder. Then just swing over to Amazon, which I'll provide a link for in the description down below, and pick up a handle that not only will even fit Paul Bunyan's hand, but also it's removable and it's made by Yeti. And since this mug comes with a lid, I decided to do a little extremely unscientific temperature test with the Yeti as well. So we started with some boiling water, and at 1 hour in, it was scalding hot. Oops, that must have hurt, but thankfully no blisters. Sorry, girlfriend. 2 hours in, still scalding. 3 hours in, still too hot to drink, could only sip from a spoon. 4 hours in, still hot, but drinkable. But unlike the Stanley tumbler, the Yeti was not warm to the touch, so I could already tell that there was better insulation going on here. Clearly, Yeti is on another level here when it comes to insulating their tumblers, even when compared to another household name like Stanley. Well, there you have it. That's my take on this drinkware. But before you go, just 3 quick things to keep in mind. Number 3, I'm going to provide you with the links to all these items down in the description. So by clicking on these links, you can easily head on over to Amazon and check them out. And number 2, please keep in mind, I did put a lot of work into putting this video together. So you can show your appreciation by clicking the thumbs up, or even better, subscribe to my channel. It's free. And finally, number 1, now about those dents with my Yeti. Alright, so here we go. So after my girlfriend took delivery of her brand new Yeti, she was shocked when she opened it up and discovered not 1 dent, but 2 dents on her brand new Yeti. This is obvious a result due to the lack of protective packaging that the Amazon seller decided to skimp on as a way, I'm sure, to save on shipping when they found out that they would have to ship it internationally to us in South Korea. Not cool, Amazon. So I reached out to Yeti and told them our sob story and how we were reluctant to send it back because we would lose the good deal that we got it for. Now, Yeti did reply back, and they were very apologetic, and they said, "We're so sorry, but the fact that you are living in South Korea, we don't have much business with Korea, but if you were somewhere in the States, we would more than willingly be glad to work with you on this." So I replied back, "Well, I got my cousin living in the States, so why don't you ship it to his address, and then I can easily take care of the rest." So I was very impressed at how Yeti handled the whole thing. So shout out to Yeti. Now I do have some other related videos that might come in handy with you when you're camping or at the beach with your new drinkware, so you may want to check out these videos too. Hope this video makes your shopping just a little bit easier. See ya!